Welcome to 91 Reasons, a pop culture fueled rocket into the far reaches of nerd culture. Featuring your hosts, Jeff, Rachel, Luna, Austin, and Josie. It's Tucker time.
Hello and welcome to another episode of 91 Reasons Homestuck.
Homestuck. Let's hear it for Homestuck. We're
Yes.
back. Episode. I said what number it was earlier today.
35.
Episode 35. We've made it. If we're a person, we'd almost be middle-aged. Isn't that great? Welcome to 91 Reasons Homestuck. I am the voice. I am Jeff Tucker. I am joined, as always, by our resident Homestuck experts,
Austin.
Luna.
and we're here to guide you once again into all things Homestuck. Now, before we get into the things we're going to talk about, has there been any concrete Homestuck news to even talk about?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Absolutely zero.
There's been
nothing.
stuff with people who worked on Homestuck, and Hussey was a little active talking to his friends again, but nothing about the actual comic, no.
You said on the other day, Hussey's alive. We have proof he's alive. What does that mean?
Toby released his game Undertale. Toby does all the music for Homestuck. So Hussey went on and wished him happiness on getting his game released. Hussey can't do.
Toby does all the Homestuck music.
Yeah, all of it. And Hussey, while he was on, chatted with some of his old friends again, like he used to do.
So
Transformers.
You're talking
stuff.
about Twitter, right?
On Twitter, yeah.
So Hussey was on Twitter.
It's the first time since early August that we've even heard of him online.
What has he been doing?
Apparently Homestuck.
The game, you mean?
I just
The
feel
game
that,
or the webcomic?
Well, no, because we had one picture of him where he was in his Boston house, so he's not up in New York. The
and
game development is all in New
He
York.
has nothing to do with the game, and then he's admitted that he can't work on the comic because he doesn't know what to do with it. So we literally go to a point where he's not working on it, doesn't know what to do, and nothing's happening. He's not even writing any news posts or telling us what's going on. It's just Homestuck's dead for now.
What are you supposed to do?
I don't know.
There's nothing. The only thing going on right now is the Wheel of Fine contest is about to... I think it's done or about to finish voting. And then they'll announce the winners probably a month from now.
You're talking about a T-shirt contest.
Yeah.
That's from a month from now, probably.
An extra 5 or 6 Homestuck t-shirts is a big deal when nothing's being released anymore.
But there's nothing content-wise.
No, nothing. There hasn't been anything since July.
Nothing since July, and nothing on the horizon till when?
Never.
Sometime next year, maybe, unless they manage to finish Hive Swap by the expected 11/11. Then we'll have that.
The game you're talking
By which
about.
I mean one part of 6.
Yeah, but other than the game, what about the actual comic we loved?
No.
Nothing. There's nothing on there.
There is nothing.
I'm just upset that
he
we're
said
being told to
sometime next year,
completely
maybe.
give up this comic for Hive Swap. I mean, all I see now is people saying, please let Hive Swap be good, the comic's already ruined.
Yeah.
Like, are we really supposed to give up hope this comic's going to turn out good?
He has to do it. He has to make it. He needs time.
But, nobody's liked the new updates. And I know there are people that like the new updates that...
Hold on, did we just gloss over the fact that Luna shrugged on a radio
Shrugged
show?
on a radio show.
Yeah.
Shrugged.
It's
Yeah.
Less
I
shrugged.
do have people tell me that there are people who are liking the new updates, but as someone who goes on the Reddit and the tags, there's not very many people. I mean, I liked some of the new updates, and I do roleplay as Dave Petta. I go on Miss Pop. Nobody will roleplay with me, because they all hate Dave Petta. Because
Is
they
Homestuck-
don't like the new updates.
Is Homestuck going to die out if there's no new content?
Yeah, because the content that
fandom
was...
side of it will go to sleep for a while. When it
Yeah.
comes back, there'll be just as many people as there were before, but no one won't be actively talking or creating Homestuck stuff for a while.
There's nothing happening.
All the
There's
projects
no
are going to lay
projects.
low.
Are we it?
We're about it.
Are we the only fresh Homestuck news, information,
Yeah.
anything?
I mean,
Reddit has a few fan adventures going on that it only updates
Reddit
sporadically. Reddit stuck, Ball stuck.
But
God
if we
Squad.
jump back a year ago, we had Papers Everywhere making After Us. We had Henny Stuck updating. We had Featherbed coming out with parts. There was all these huge fans, and those have kind of come out, and the ones that didn't come out have sort of died off.
The collab guys said they're editing the Open Bound. It's going to be a long while for them to put that all together. And Lovac, the guys who did the voice Tumblr comics, are currently looking to hire for Steven Universe actors to replace their Homestuck ones.
Do you guys follow any of the offshoot fan Homestuck, strips?
A little bit. I tried to keep up with Reddit stuff.
I read Henny is Stuck and liked it. I thought that one was very good.
But the problem is no one's ever really completed one. There's only a couple that are actually good and finished or look like they're going to finish.
I remember when Henny is Stuck, oh my god, the trolls are gonna look so good. This is gonna be, it's over. And that's
Even my own has been lying dead for a few months now.
They never finish. They don't have ends.
No one ever finishes a fan adventure.
Well, maybe they're following in the footsteps of Hussey by not finishing.
It's hard to take Homestuck and do a complete story, draw the complete story, make it interesting enough to be worth reading, and host all the images so they don't go down. Nothing happens to them.
Yeah, but you can't lose them. If you're going to start, you owe it to yourself as a creative person to finish.
But there's a lot of people that, even when they're done with projects, they like a year, I'm done with Homestuck. I'm never updating this again.
I was keeping up with MX Bara, which is the Miss Park fan adventure with Rose and the Squirrels.
That one looked really good.
That hasn't updated for 3 months now.
Gosh dang
They said we'll be on a short, almost a month hiatus to draw some more, and they never came back.
What about the Squiddle one?
Which one? The Squiddle adventure?
Yeah.
That one goes on and off. It's a forum collaborative thing. So it's like whenever the Face Punch guys put a community update together with their stuff. The Homestuck's the same way. It's their project, and every once in a while they get an update together.
But even blogs like all the Ask blogs that were popular, those are pretty much dead by now.
They're all shutting down or doing crossovers. Ask Jane Crocker has been in Gravity Falls mode for a long time now.
Most of the Ask blogs I used to like are now Steven Universe entirely. Yeah. I'm trying to think of Ask blogs
Charles only makes Steven Universe edits now.
Yeah,
Kinetic Squirrel's only been doing
the thing with Charles is I actually unfollowed them because they said I now have a Homestuck only account where I'll rarely post my Homestuck content. I want to focus the main blog more on Steven Universe, so I follow the Homestuck blog now because they kind of separated them. And I feel like the fandom is just dormant, not much happening.
Well, it's only as strong as the latest products.
Yeah.
And there isn't any
like you guys, when I asked you what was going on, you were excited about a T-shirt contest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you said at least it means something is going to come out.
It's true that the community can make a lot. There's a lot of cool stuff that the fans can create. But whereas the original idea is fueled by the creator, every fan work, no matter how passionate they are about wanting to finish it, it's always fueled by the hype of the main thing. No matter how much you care about making your fan project, if the main thing stops updating, you're not going to care about it.
Well, that's kind of a bummer, isn't it? Because you've said he's not going to finish till next year sometime.
Next year.
And you're and at that point, you're hanging on, hoping that he finishes.
Yeah.
Right now, the only thing we can do is take whatever we can get of Hive Swap to hold us over and hope that next 413 he'll actually say something about when it's going to be done.
Do you ever bother him on Twitter and ask him, or does he just ignore all that?
He just ignores all that.
But don't you have 30 different accounts you could bombard him with questions?
I could try bombarding him soon. I could do that. But I've been watching how he posts. He's only logged on to Twitter in the past month and a half that one time to say congratulations to his friend. He hasn't been on talking to anyone.
Now, what pumpkin doesn't go to any cons? They don't do any signings. They don't do anything.
They keep the Twitter active saying We Love Fine will be at this con, come see us.
But what pumpkins would be selling the Paradox Space books? They should have the Paradox Space artists. They should be trying to keep this franchise alive.
The problem is there is no more What Pumpkin. That's Rachel sometimes plugging We Love Fine. There's no What Pumpkin company. That doesn't exist.
We Love Fine at the very least needs to get
a bunch of game developers who are
really
really busy with bug fixing and polishing right now. And then there's Rachel and Corey, who used to be head of What Pumpkin, but now they just sort of mosey through projects.
I honestly feel that when Homestuck got to its height about a year ago, you think he'd update more and try and keep it alive now, updating more than ever.
Like we said in the last episode, he's trying to, but he has all these grand ideas for what he wants the art to look like, and he said straight out, I don't know how to do it. But I'll be back when I know how to do it.
The problem I have with all this is I can fully respect that he's busy if he just told us. The only communication we have is IPGD on 4chan talking about Hussey. Yeah. We need Hussey himself to go on MSPA and say, I don't know what to do.
He did, and then a few hours later he snipped it and cut it all out.
Yeah, you know what? He did.
There was a news post saying, I don't know how to do the art. I'm going to sit and lay low for a while. We'll see how this turns out, all of us together.
And then he snipped
it. And now it just says, go away, I'll be back soon.
It was a really badly written news post, though, so I can see why he snipped it.
I can see why he did it, but he didn't put anything to replace it.
He needed to get like IPGD to write a news post. A post someone that isn't by Hussey, because this is the top by.
He doesn't like IPG going on official record. Because IPGD was the one who leaked out the Hive Swap theft stuff, and IPGD isn't even given art credit for the new updates.
Yeah.
Even though they drew all the Dave Petta stuff, they're not given art. They're not in the credits for Homestuck.
What's the deal with that?
They don't want their name on it for legal reasons.
That's weird. You don't find that the least bit weird?
Most of this stuff is weird. So, as far as the game is concerned, there's no release date.
No release date.
No release date, no news,
Other
no
than
nothing.
for longer than they thought.
And the Kickstarter ended when?
Exactly
2012.
2 years ago. It started up not last August, but
It started in 2012.
Yeah,
It was a 2012
so 3
Kickstarter.
Augusts ago. You count like that.
Because I can tell you that I backed a Kickstarter for the Back to the Future documentary, Back in Time. And at the time that I backed it, like, we didn't have a lot of money. So $50 for a Blu-ray was pretty pricey. But I was concerned that if I didn't back it, I wouldn't get the movie. So there was motivation there for me to do it. Now, they have a release date. It's coming out October 21st on Blu-ray. But they also, because the movie turned out so well and so well done, that they got a deal with Gravitas Productions. So that week, it's going to be available, at Target.
Wow.
It's going to be available at Amazon. It's going to be on Netflix. And you know what? Even though that they're going to deliver all that they promised, there are people on their Kickstarter page yelling at them going, I'm paying $50 for a Blu-ray that I can pre-order on Amazon right now for $27. I feel a little taken in by you guys because the $23 extra I'm not getting refunded, and they were asking you should at least let the people who Kickstarter backed you get the movie a week prior. But they're pretty silent on unless they're answering people direct message. I will say that I'm not upset because they got a better deal, because I'm of the idea that if you make a deal, that's the deal. And if they make a better deal and it changes the way your deal comes out, like, you still made the deal. There was a time when the $50 Blu-ray to me was a good deal, so I don't feel like getting mad about it. But in regards to Homestuck, it seems a little disingenuous this long after everybody's money was taken, that he's not on there every 20 minutes giving the people who gave him their money updates. I know that they're very clear on Kickstarter that you're supporting art. And sometimes, somebody dies or the project simply doesn't come to fruition, and they're very clear that there's no refunds, you're backing an artist that has a product that may never come out. But this one, I know we've talked about it in the past, this one seems a little weird, because I know he's working on it, but why is it so secret? Why is he hiding everything?
Because of the legal reasons.
The
IPGD said okay, the only time anything was ever said to the Kickstarter fans about the game was IPGD, who said, sorry, our money was stolen, but we can't tell you because of legal reasons. I'm going to get in trouble
But that
because
doesn't
of
excuse
this.
them from giving to the Kickstarter, because the Kickstarter has some very specific rewards. You could get, for $20 the game, you buy the game, and for $50 you could get the game on physical disc with all of Homestuck included on the disc. Now, and then you could also get, if you backed anything, I think even $5 would get you this, access to a special developer blog where they'd post updates to the game.
And that doesn't exist.
That doesn't exist.
Well, that's ridiculous.
The developer blog it was supposed to be a weekly updated developer blog. What it actually is the Kickstarter backers only news section that they update once or twice a year.
That's not good enough. I run my own Kickstarters for my books, and if I don't get those rewards out within 30 days, I start to sweat, because I start to feel like I'm cheating people. And I'm not saying he's cheating people, I'm saying how I feel. And I know we've talked about this ad nauseum, but I just can't believe this far out.
What?
There's no... he has no obligation to give you guys daily... Not you guys, the Kickstarter backers. Daily updates. working on the game. Can't sleep, working on the
here's
game.
The thing. Okay, I was looking at Undertale's Kickstarter. Undertale lasted 2 years. It started in 2012. So I'm like, is this the same case? And I decided to scroll through the updates. Every month, every week, Toby would write for that game for 2 years. Nothing but.
And even
I'm
publicly on
walking.
his Twitter, he put all kinds of
even
stuff.
would say the reason I can't getting out is because of this school project due on this date. Because a couple. He released every single detail on why that game
he'd
was
have a
getting delayed.
checklist of what needs to be done for this level.
Yep. He would specifically say, this boss battle is what I'm working on, this is how far I am, this is what I'm doing, and this is what's getting in the way.
He's one person, and he did art, music, and programming completely on his own from scratch. It's completely his own game, his own engine, his own music, everything. The highest swap with both its legal trouble and with the fact that it's a company with a business is barring Hussey from being too involved in the process. Because Hussey's down in Boston partying with IPGD and sometimes Ryan. It's hard to keep a daily... If he were to do it himself, it's hard to keep daily tabs on what the texture artist is doing for level 5 up in New York.
But still...
There should be someone in-house doing it, but there's not. They're all hard at work.
There needs to be someone telling the fans, because this is getting ridiculous.
They also promised that if you bought the game, you get access to a Kickstarter-only exclusive early beta testing of the game. And that still hasn't happened.
They also said you get a beta test, Mina Bound, so I immediately assumed when I first looked at the Kickstarter and there was no information on the game yet, this game was just going to be like Mina Bound, a longer version, just a simple little pixel game that Hussey did.
Yeah, there was a full storyline that could be sit on its own, but it's not. They also said, and this is the worst thing he said.
There's no internet out here.
There's no internet out here.
Oh, okay.
We're in the Cafe 80s. Hence, there was no internet in the 80s. Hence, there was no internet in the Cafe 80s. It's like medieval times and forks.
You could use your phone.
Yeah.
You'll find this
You've never seen Cable Guy.
The medieval times with Hussey. Think of that post now. What? He does a whole spoof on that movie with his medieval times post where he used Ryan's credit card to go to medieval times.
Nice.
Anyway. The main problem with the Kickstarter is that the game isn't what he said it was going to be. It was going to be an adventure game for $20. You'll get the game. You get a $50. You get the hard copy of the game.
Right.
And then he decided to break it into acts. And Hive Swap is 3 acts, right? And then Hive Swap 2 is 3 acts.
So what have you paid for on your Kickstarter?
Just the first half.
That's ridiculous. You can't change the rules
you get
after the
game
Kickstarter
now.
ends. It doesn't work that way.
You still get $20 for all of Hive Swap, which is the first half of the arc. If you want the other half, you get to pay for it. Plus,
that's the equivalent of the way games are run these days, where you get a nice game, but if you want a really good game, it's another $80 in downloadable content.
Yep. If they also said that someone asked Rachel about when they're going to get their physical copies, and she said that would be the physical copy is going to be the first half, the first game on a disc with Homestuck once it's finished. So she said, we're not going to worry about designing or programming or making any sort of disc until we have at least all of the first Hive Swap part out and once Homestuck is finished. Then we'll start to worry about it, and in a few months after that, you guys will get your physical copies.
You know, the odds are right for a number of Kickstarter backers to die before they'll get their reward. Can you imagine that? Like, that's the odds. I bet 2 or 3 have already died.
$2.5 million, and it's only $20 to get the game. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Now, granted, a lot of people went in for a full $100 to get a bag and a plushie.
Well, what I'm not getting is that they're counting on this game's success, and they're trying to sell this game to non-Homestuck people. That's the goal. Mm-hmm. We're not making a game for the fans. We're making a product to get us money. But the problem is, how are you going to expect to sell this game when you've already sold it 3 years ago? They already made the money from this game off of the fans. Yes, there's a lot of new fans, but they made the majority, the height of the Homestuck fandom, in 2012, and they already cast in the money. So what are they expecting to do?
They're trying to do it with story-wise. That's why it's not part of Homestuck canon-wise. It's its own separate thing. Is they wanted to get on the front page of Steam or GOG or its own thing, and market it as a new adventure game. They're not gonna. When the marketing starts going for this game, you start seeing news sites review it and stuff. You won't see the continuation of the Homestuck series comes. No, you'll see, for fans of Monkey Island and Grim Fandango, you'll love Hive Swap, a sci-fi alien adventure.
But I don't understand though. Is it going to be good? That's all that matters.
It has to be.
If it isn't good, then people are going to get really angry. Because I went to the Reddit. There was a topic that was really popular on the Reddit for a while that was called Hive Swap better be the best video game I've ever played.
Yeah.
And the guy said, I know about the IPGD thing going on with this money stolen.
Mm-hmm.
I know. But the point is, my favorite webcomic was ruined because of this game.
I played
They said, even if the comic does have a good ending, it doesn't matter because we had to wait so long to get the end. This better be the best game I've ever played.
I played the beta demo or the alpha build at Anime Expo.
Yeah.
Anime Expo, and it's looking pretty good. Aside from the fact that it's completely unfinished and it was one room with broken animations, it did fit Homestuck style. I like the way they went with the art and the writing, which I know most of it's by Ryan, but still, the writing is great.
I hope
It's still, I don't know about the troll side of things. The demo took place on Earth, but it still really fits the Homestuck comedic style of obscure pop culture's references mixed with crude humor and a lot of weird stuff.
But that was just the welcome to your room, into your name. Every fan adventure masters that first part because it's easy. What happens when we get to character dialogue? What happens when we get to the gameplay? What happens when we get to the troll culture?
The fact that Grandpa's the Guardian saves it from the horrible fan adventure mishap of bad Guardians. That's only what makes every fan adventure unreadable, is you get to the read room, and then they start going around the rest of the house, and the Guardians come in, they have to get Suburb, and then you lose interest, and the writer loses interest and never finishes. They've overgone that hurdle by tying it into Homestuck closer.
With Grandpa.
The real issue is going to be in the Troll Society. The way to make or break the game is if they make Troll Society overly goofy, then it's not going to work. If it's a really emotional story about the blood caste segregation, it could work because then it has the chance of holding up as its own adventure game. And it could really be not just a good story and a good Homestuck lore, but seen as a good adventure game for years to come. People are going to look back and say, yes, Telltale does all their overly high-budget games of the same jokes over and over again. But looking at games like Hive Swap, you can see that the Monkey Island-style narrative is still rich.
But what if they mess up troll culture?
If they mess up troll culture and makes it overly jokey and slapstick, it's not going to work.
This will be the Phantom Menace of Homestuck.
And I'm scared because there is a sweet spot to hit on that Monkey Island hits. Being a little goofy and a little bit troll logic on solving their puzzles. But I'm not sure they could pull that off with this. I think it needs to be more serious.
I hope they don't turn it into a complete joke. Mm-hmm. I mean, they could mess up all of the canon if so. Because the thing I'm missing is, yes, it's a new Hussey adventure, but it's still Homestuck. If they completely ruin Alternia, then they've ruined the comic, you know?
Well, the anchor point of the tie to Homestuck story of the game, there's two. One's Grandpa, and the second is the Cherubs. Those are pretty much the only two things Andrew Hussey set in stone, and the rest kind of morphed from there.
So what's the troll culture going to be? And obviously, it has to tie into the ancestors and the lore that was already set up in canon, right?
I don't think it will. I think only the Condus is going to be the only important ancestor. Just because he doesn't want to mess with that part of Homestuck, which is satire anyway on fan fiction.
Yeah, and a lot of people take the ancestors very seriously. Mm-hmm. So I feel like people who are fans of the ancestors, and even though he is fully admitted that section was supposed to be written badly, a lot of the Homestuck fans, they see that section as a masterpiece.
With Hive Swap,
because he did write it well.
He doesn't want to
try to be a joke.
With Hive Swap, he doesn't want to make the same mistake of Act 6 of Homestuck, which is dipping too far into the satire of fandom stuff.
Yeah,
which works in Homestuck most of the time, but in the game, it needs to be kept to a minimum so the game has a longer shelf life. And he's fixed that for himself. He knows how to hold himself back, but he created Prongle, which is his playground to mess with the fans however he wants. And outside of Prongle, he can be serious about trolls.
See, because, like, if he messes up the ancestors and makes them silly, which was acceptable in Paradox Space, he's really going to get the fans angry. Because then he'll turn a lot of canon into a joke.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I have no comment.
Like,
I'm not the expert. I'm just the host.
But you did do something. You saw Star Wars, and then Phantom Menace ruined it for you.
Yeah.
So, what if this game's bad? Will it impact Homestuck?
Of course it will. You heard Luna. Luna's whole impact is whether it's emotional or not, and Hussey's just going, look, he gets the key, he opens the door, he gets the treasure, he buys the armor. Right? It's a game. It's a point-and-click game. So, I don't know. Like, you and I have played games that are emotional. Grand Theft Auto is not emotional. It's fun.
No, GTA 5's good. The
Yeah,
new one they
but,
tried.
like, remember...
The older ones are just whatever.
Remember Broken Sword?
Yeah.
That was an emotional game where you had to protect people, and Nico was gonna die if you didn't help her. And there are a few games where you're like, wow, this is really good. The Back to the Future game, I wept.
That one was good.
When old Marty showed up, I was crying. It was so good. So there are things that you can do. And maybe that's what's taking so long. Maybe the game designers keep coming up with, well, you get the key, you open the door, you get the gold. And he's like, no. It has to be, you get the key, you open the door, you get the hug, or whatever it is, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You have to have the emotional investment, or it all goes out the window.
The game takes place in 1998, right? 1998? 97. Or 96, sorry, what am I thinking? 1996.
Yeah, it's a prequel.
Yeah. We know that in 2009, the world ends. Both worlds, the troll world and the human world. So, we're hoping for an emotional ending there.
Well, what's weird is, Hussey said when the Kickstarter started, this won't have any crazy direct links to Homestuck, but it will have a few references and nods. When it comes to when it takes place, think before Carcat. But just think that. Don't think this is a Homestuck prequel, because it's not going to be.
Yeah.
He said specifically it won't be the creation of Suburb or something
All
like
you
that.
need to know
Just
is
before Carcat.
the world hasn't ended yet.
I think all you need to know
go.
is that it takes place somewhere in the Homestuck world.
Yeah.
The bummer is that you guys are going to keep waiting for familiar characters.
Yes.
And they may never show up.
Well, there's two things that they will show up. One, because they want the people who work there want an excuse to make all those characters.
Well, of course.
And the story, that, as they said, is mostly a thing being molded as they make it sort of thing. Just a blueprint was put out by Andrew. And second, because Trickster Mode still exists. And they better use that to its fullest extent in the game to get some great non-canon scenes.
Because when they use Trickster Mode, everything's out the window.
A main gimmick with Homestuck, if you don't know, is that every playable Flash game up until Act 6, and a little sometimes after that too, has its Trickster Mode, which is a special code or a set of keys you can put on your keyboard, which unlocks a special non-canon scene that is the characters goofing, or you go to a different costume, or special music plays, or something that wouldn't make sense to happen, but they wanted to have fun and make it happen either way. Anyway,
but I don't think that can happen again.
You can turn to Candy John. You can go to Promise Loose apartment. There's a John and Vriska fusion character. There's the Earthbound characters show up and you can talk to them.
Yeah,
there's some pretty cool stuff they did with it.
But you're missing the fact that Trickster Mode is now an established thing in Homestuck.
Only in the terms of the cherubs with the lollipops. It doesn't matter to the rest of the game.
I don't think you can use Trickster Mode as that anymore, because now when people think Trickster Mode, they think the candy version. So that has to be Trickster Mode, and it has to be important to the plot somewhere that Joey will go Trickster.
Because it doesn't matter with the new game, it doesn't matter what the fandom thinks. This is a fresh start. He's setting new standards.
I wonder.
That's why it doesn't start off with type in your name, and you type it wrong, and then it goes Joey, and she smiles. It doesn't do that. She's just standing in front of her door, and a text bubble pops that says, "Hi, your name is Joey."
He's trying to make things different.
It's setting new standards for the game.
Back on the topic of the old characters,
Homestuck is based on repetition, and the same things can't be happening over and over again. It keeps happening. Hiveswap is a new... Homestuck's already used every word for new session, new media.
Medium. The medium without mixing up the suburb term of medium.
Yeah, there's no way to section it off.
New form of media.
Yeah, it's a new session. Non-Homestuck use the session. It's a fresh start, not connected to Homestuck, that it can create its own repetitions and reoccurrences without having to adhere to Homestuck's rules.
Because it's not a webcomic. And Homestuck seems to specifically point out the fact that it has dueptison because it's a webcomic, and this is a new form of media. So.
It doesn't matter what Homestuck has established trickster mode as, or how you have to introduce characters, or how hero mode scenes have to take place when it gets this amount of seriousness, and scribble mode when otherwise. You don't have to listen to that Knife Swap. It's saying its own stuff.
Now, back on the topic of old characters, the website does actually say in a new frequently asked questions they put up. If you scroll to the bottom, it says, will my favorite Homestuck characters show up? Mm-hmm. And they said, we're trying to make a new adventure. There's going to be new characters you'll love, but we will see some old favorites. So
they've confirmed Grandpa. They've sort of confirmed Roxy, but she was only in the concept art. They may have edited her out.
Kinda, Beck. We see Haley.
They confirmed Haley because, well, he has a shrine to Haley because Haley died, so that makes sense. They confirmed Necton Welfan, and they confirmed Mirfka Durkis.
So is that enough to warrant that, or
maybe
Condis?
It's enough that when they throw in a few ancestors, maybe, and Troll Will Smith, it'll work.
Troll Will Smith.
Troll Will Smith.
Fair use.
Let me ask you this: if you found out that the reason for the delay was that Hussey had spent some of that sweet Kickstarter cash and had gotten Nicolas Cage or Harry Anderson to do a voiceover, all would be forgiven, right?
We know he spent $10,000 on the bunny. He owns the bunny.
Yeah.
He hasn't shown any pictures of it since he bought it, but he did buy the Con Air bunny.
Like, in 96, it's possible for somebody on Earth to encounter Nicolas Cage. Mm-hmm. You know? Mr. Cage, like how awesome would that be? I mean, who knows what he's got planned?
Does it even have voice acting? It's going to be a point.
It has one.
It does have one.
We know it has one because James Seidel, the lead director, creative director, posts on his Instagram a picture saying, "Meet our Joey" with a picture of her.
Not meet our Joey. It was just meet our voice actor.
It wasn't meet. It was meet our. I think it was meet our voice actor. But it wasn't phrased that professionally because we weren't supposed to see it.
What
We're
if
not supposed to be paying attention.
What if it's like the guy who plays Dirk the Daring, and it's just somebody going ooh ooh
yeah.
ooh.
But what I don't understand is this is a point-and-click game that is mostly storytelling and dialogue.
There has to be a couple of
it wouldn't be tedious without
cutscenes, right?
We've seen they've shown off one cutscene, an early version of it and a more finished version of it. And there was no grunts or anything, but it was all music, Toby Fox again, doing music.
I miss the other music.
What about Dante Basco in it?
Dante Basco, that could
playing
work.
a troll.
He's doing collab, so he's open to that. He could be the summoner.
How come he didn't get any of the other music? The
summoner's dead by now.
What'd you say?
How come he didn't get any of the music team?
Powell and Toby, that is the music team. Everyone else left is doing their own stuff.
I want Bowman back. I love Bowman's music. He had the best.
Yeah. No, Powell and Toby. Mm-hmm. Powell still got Project Latitude to show off.
What's that?
The Carcat song.
No, actually, we were critiqued on one of our episodes of someone saying that won't happen because Project Latitude was used in non-Homestuck works now.
Did he use it in something else?
Yeah.
Because he put it up saying it was for a future Homestuck, spoiler. Someone a few months ago guessed Carcat, and he said yes, but I still can't tell you much. So it might be for legal reasons that he can't say Carcat because he's using it for his own thing now.
See, the thing
is,
if
he dubs it as Homestuck, then Andrew owns it.
I was told by a user that they weren't using it for Homestuck anymore, something else. And I tried to ask what it is, but they didn't respond back.
Yeah. They were vague posting about us.
Vague
posts for the first time.
We also got some more vague posts.
Wasn't there some...
just some Homestuck rambling of the comic, them just getting like angry about it. And then if you look in the Tumblr tags, it'd be hashtag, oh my god, these people on the podcast are blah blah blah.
Wasn't there some pretty strong criticism last week about the episode?
That's what it was.
Is that what you're talking about?
Because we didn't get Trezzy and Whisker's character right.
We got a lot of questioning on the Reddit, and then they were vague posting about us on Tumblr.
See, the thing is, though, I think we've made it clear at least 10 times that we're not going to get Trezzy and Whisker's character right because we've never cared for that arc. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm going to be honest, I'm sorry if I get it wrong. I don't really go back and reread Trezzy and Whisker's chats, and I found the story to be kind of uninteresting, to be honest.
For the game, Hussey should just get Michael Cera to voice everything.
I mean, the
The
problem...
You know who's a huge fan of Homestuck?
Who?
Brian Lee O'Malley.
Who's that?
The guy who made Scott Pilgrim. Michael Cera.
See,
Jane Crocker has a wall Cera hanging on her hallway.
Get Brian Lee O'Malley then. Don't get Michael Cera. No.
See,
No.
okay.
No.
Let's get Casey Green.
The problem
from the Act 5 preview. The problem was that we didn't read Toasty Hat's Tumblr post posted after Trezzy Remember, where they did a full, long breakdown about Trezzy and Vriska's character, and we got it wrong because we didn't read Toasty Hat's Tumblr post.
I don't care about them.
But the problem is, like, I like the comic.
I do care about Toasty, I just don't care about Trezzy and Vriska.
See, here's the thing. I try to enjoy the comic for what it is, and the only reason I'll look into third-party stuff, such as an artist describing the Flash, is if it's for an arc I care for. But, like, when the artist posts a 10-paragraph thing, it was really long, about Trezzy and Vriska, I'm sorry, it's just not what I'm interested in. And I'm not going to spend all this time analyzing the characters I don't like. Homestuck has so many characters, and everybody in the fandom has, like, a specific set of characters they like. Mm-hmm. I mean, those people out there that could care less for Carcat. There's people out there that care less for Eridan. Yet those people I've met that are obsessed with Eridan, and all they do is reread Eridan's chats.
I've read through all of Eridan's chats and all the Doc Scratch segment, and Eridan is going to become Doc Scratch's broom, if the Juju theory is correct.
Juju.
My God.
But like, Blade Kai Nightmare says it's not going to come. There's not enough pages.
It's just like, I'm sorry if I get it wrong, but everybody in the fandom, they have their own thing. I mean, my friend who likes Eridan has gotten angry at several people before because they don't know anything about Eridan's character. Mm-hmm. Because they're busy focused reading up on Trezzy. Because they think Trezzy's much cooler. The comic is so big, and there's so many different characters and things to look at, that it's hard to remember every single little fact and know everything. So, the readers, they fixate on specific things they like of the comic, and that's what they reread. Mm-hmm. There might be some guy out there that documents all over 100 characters. What are we at? Over 130 at this point? There might be some guy out there that documents every single character. But I doubt it.
I have documented one only.
What's the one character?
WV. I went through WV, took every single page he ever appeared in, and wrote an analysis on it.
So you're a WV fan?
I'm a WV fan.
Okay.
I meant to do it with Cherubs, but that was just BYB. Because my whole theory blog is just making fun of BYB.
But, like, you're okay with writing pages and pages and pages on the Exiles. But you would never type up a whole thing about Trezzy and Vriska.
No.
See, everybody in the fandom is their own thing.
The new Trezzy is simply the 2010 Trezzy picked up and dropped into the new canon. And see how would that Trezzy react if we just took her and dropped her in the middle of things here? What would she do?
Which is the problem I have.
The whole analysis you can
is
do
that Trezzy never really got any character development. It was all kind of taken away. Which is why we're kind of hoping that Sound Remember the next page, Trezzy will be fully...
Because we have pre-retcon to Vriska.
Yeah. But, like, considering with Sound Trezzy Remember, does it mean the next page, all that Trezzy stuff's out the window and he's going to be back to being the old Trezzy with the blindfold on?
Maybe, yeah.
Or we'll see instead be still the pre-retcon Trezzy that sort of looks up to this cooler Trezzy.
Trezzy wasn't different at all. I really didn't see a difference in the two Trezzys. One has eyesight, that's really it.
There was a lot of difference, no? You really didn't see that?
No.
You see, you do need to go back and some
I need to reread Trezzy's arc, because she seemed about the same either way.
Isn't that what the Reddit people said?
Huh?
That you need to reread Trezzy's arc?
Yeah.
I got to reread Trezzy's arc.
The thing is, though, that the problem
was... The only one
was...
I've ever reread it for is where she talks to Arania. That's the only one I've cared about.
I've reread that one, too.
Because it's the only thing that ever hints at how the trolectobiology works.
The other one I reread was Carcat telling Trezzy, I'm waking up with you, we're done. Because... I like Carcat's character, and I find that interesting. But I think the main thing we got wrong was that we said Trezzy and Vriska were in a romantic relationship, and that the dream bubbles cracked to form the heart around them. Mm-hmm. And they were saying, that's completely thrown out the window, that was not...
You just spit in my eye.
Sorry. What I'm saying is, they were saying that was completely out the window, and the heart wasn't really intentional.
He's very passionate, okay?
I don't know, I mean, I understand if the artist made a post afterwards saying that's not true, then I'll agree with them. The artist themselves said that wasn't intentional. But as someone who doesn't read that type of thing afterwards and just appreciates the comic for what it is, I kind of saw it as a heart, and that's what I saw as a reader.
The only evidence against that is that Trezzy and Vriska might be actual sisters.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you could say against that. Because in the kids' case, the ones who made the trolls were... the children. John made them, thus the alpha kids were the parents. Karkat made the trolls, thus the alpha trolls are the parents. Plus alpha's parents, betas are kids. And Arania says that Vriska and Terezi are ecto together.
But even if that is true, is that going to stop the fandom? Because I see so much Terezi plus Vriska romantic art. There's so much of it out there.
Who would be the other pairings?
The other parents?
I've tried to go through it a few times, but I haven't. Well, who makes who?
Isn't it Tavros and Karkat?
That was my other one.
Because Rufio's a mutant?
I've come to. Because Rufio plus Kankri would make the angry little Karkat with no social skills.
That's a mutant?
That's a mutant. And the dweebish Tavros, who's part mutant because the whole summoner wings thing.
Yeah. So it works.
It does make sense.
And then,
but after that, it's just random guessing, really.
So,
Yeah, so what? You run out of steam there?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, that's okay, because we have to segue here. There's a delicious beverage sitting right there.
Yes.
Luna, why don't you describe what that is?
This is a little pink can that says right on it, 0 grams of sugar.
And what brand is it?
Tab.
You have an actual can of Tab.
Yes.
Now, how does Tab fit into the Homestuck universe?
Tab is first what WV finds in his capsule when he hits Tab on his computer, and then he just spends a while drinking it.
Okay. Simpsons did it first.
Simpsons did. And then you find out that Tab was created by the Condis so that she could trick everyone to thinking they were drinking sugary beverages because the trolls get sugar to them is what alcohol is to humans.
Okay.
But in actuality, she can drink it, and because it's got 0 sugar, she can still keep her slim figure.
Nice.
And, was it mentioned one more time after that?
Tav.
Tav, which is the troll. That's a troll equivalent.
That's the troll equivalent. Tav. It's got little horns on it.
It's got little horns.
Okay, so now you've never had Tab before.
No.
You're gonna drink this.
Yes.
Austin, you're not gonna have a drink.
Nope.
You don't drink soda. I don't drink soda either.
Any carbonated
There's not a
beverages,
single
no.
calorie in this can.
No, it's basically flavored water that doesn't do anything to you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have any idea what that tastes like?
According to Homestuck, it's a sugary overload that it makes your senses go insane.
Now, you're too young to know what saccharin is. You have no
Yeah.
idea. Saccharin was the main artificial sugar of the 70s and early 80s before NutraSweet came around. NutraSweet came around and everybody was amazed because NutraSweet tastes like sugar. Saccharin tastes like saccharin. So that is a can of saccharin soda.
Saccharin right there on it.
Oh yeah.
That's the
Now
sound there.
there's a pedigree to this can. In fact, it was in that it was given to me on my birthday by John Easdale, the lead singer of Dramarama, because that is his favorite beverage of choice. And when he asked what I want for my birthday, which in itself is unbelievable, I said, some Tab? So I got a 12-pack of Tab, which is, that's hard to find, right?
You gotta go to Bevmo or, like, a comic book shop.
We've looked all over for Tab. Like it's
Faygo.
easier in this neighborhood to find Faygo than it is Tab. All right, I'm going to open that for you because I want to hear it.
Right on the right
you want to
mic?
do it?
Yeah.
Just don't get any soda on the mic. Oh, listen. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Go ahead. Live on the
here I
air.
go.
First drink of Tab. Are you smelling it?
I'm moving
Smells
my
like a
paperwork here
Diet
because I
Coke.
know you're going to spit it right out.
All right, wait. Let's get it. Drink it. Drink it.
Tastes like watered down Diet Coke.
Watered down Diet Coke. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
So
you,
now-
you keep drinking it. You're still drinking
Well,
it.
yeah, Luna drinks
It's
soda all day.
I like soda.
You like this. You think it's all right.
You want to sip?
No.
Let him smell it.
Just smell it.
It has a very distinctive smell.
Oh, it smells like Pepsi. Awful.
It's kind of Pepsi. So it's Coca-Cola Company. So they don't know the Pepsi
Really?
formula.
Let me see. Coke owns this? No way.
Coke owns it. It's right on
Wow.
It's right under the Tab
I thought they were
logo.
all competitor.
No.
Yeah.
Has Coke always made them?
there. Yeah, right
yeah,
there.
you know why I like Tab, right?
No.
Because it's a Back to the Future reference. Mm-hmm. Marty orders that at the cafe in 1955. I'll have a Tab. Tab? Gotta give you a tab as you order something. Because you start a tab.
Yeah.
All right, well, we want to thank John Easdale, Dramarama, for providing the tab on the show. And now, for this episode and the next 11 episodes, you will have a can of Tab
Yep.
to drink during the show. Now, don't hold us to that, because you may drink more than one during the week, and then we're out of luck. Or your mom may get into it.
Uh-huh.
But Tab, everybody.
We got the Tab.
We finally, you've had Faygo. You've had Toblerone. Mm-hmm. Now you're on Tab. Yep. How many more Homestuck food products are there?
You've had Betty Crocker.
You've had Betty Crocker.
I haven't had Fruit Gushers.
Fruit Gushers.
They don't make Fruit Gushers anymore, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen them.
No. You would have
Maybe
grabbed them
very
in the store.
specialty, like Food for Less or something.
No. They don't, that's a product of the 90s.
Ugh.
Those were fruit bites for kids that were loaded with sugar.
Yeah. That's what their grist is based off of.
Right. Okay, so now the other bit of business, Austin, you were holding a Priority Mail envelope.
I need some social anxiety disorder Gushers. That's what John has.
Yes. With all the wacky flavors.
Yeah.
I saw that on Collab. Okay, so Austin, you were holding a care package that was sent to us from who?
It was sent to us from
Just give the first name.
Samantha.
We want to thank Samantha. Samantha is a listener of 91 Reasons. Now, Samantha was just on what social platform last night? Was it on Reddit? Tumblr, right. Where's the episode? And we're back, and this will go up tonight, so it'll be here probably for them tomorrow, because she's in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So let's read this letter. Dear friends at 91 Reasons, I have been listening to your show since January and have come to think of you guys almost like a second family. Oh, come on. You make me feel so proud to be a Homestuck. What is that? A Homestuck what?
A Homestuck.
To be a Homestuck. No, you make me feel so proud to be a Homestuck, comma, unafraid to enjoy what I love because I know cool guys like you enjoy it too. I really hope you enjoy these drawings, and she contributed to the show. So she also sent her address. We'll have to send her a care package, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so
of course she's a Vriska. All our Patreons are Vriskas.
Yeah, she's a Vriska too, right? Wouldn't you like to be a Vriska too? And Austin, why don't you describe these drawings? Because they're quite good.
They are really good. We got a Cockcat here.
They can't see.
We got Jake. We got Jane. We got Woxie. Another Cockcat. Can never have enough Cockcats.
This is mine, right? This is the one I said I wanted.
And Dave Strider.
Dave Strider, everybody. Now, Samantha, thank you so much for listening to the show. We're actually going to hang these up here in the 91 Reasons Cafe 80s so that anybody who comes to be on the show will see this great artwork. And we've always said that the reason we do this show is to let you, the Homestuck fans out there, know that you're not alone. That there's notes on the back.
Notes on the back.
Turn them over.
We got these a few days ago.
Suddenly, this is like National Treasure, whereas the most obvious clues to the treasure they can't find it.
Put these in the microwave. Is this a secret?
That's right. Need some lemon juice to read the hidden messages. So this one's to me. I will read it to Jeff. Sorry, he looks angry, but Carcat is always angry. Oh wait, I got Carcat. Also, he's ugly. Whoops.
Here's another one to Jeff.
Look at that. That's very nice.
He just gave you a car cat.
Oh, yeah.
Messed up
To Jeff. Team Cool Kid for the win. Yeah.
I like how she writes her name shorthand as Sam, and then her last name is just letter M. Both M's. She's turned to Vriska's logo.
All right, so why don't you read yours?
To Luna Tucker, with a Nepeta smiley face that's also Vriska.
I have one of those too.
May Roxy's smoking hot gaze grace your life forever.
Now, you're going to hang some of these in your bedroom, but we'll hang some of these out here in the cafe as well.
I don't have a bedroom, so mine will be out here.
Yeah.
To Austin with that little 8 winking Nepeta face I like. I hope you enjoy.
Oh, that's very nice. Josie got one. It is so adorable that you like Jake. You're the coolest. Look at that. Very nice. What else? To Mom. Jane Crocker is always a treat.
A treat.
She likes sweets and cakes and stuff.
Looks a little like Mrs. Incredible.
I've never made that connection before, but now I see it. Okay.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Samantha. And she also...
The 50 different superhero AU writers are writing that down furiously.
Yes. She also sent a little donation to the show, so thank you so much. I know that Do we know how old Samantha is? 15, 16?
I don't know.
We don't know.
35, 40, 60? I don't know. But we know it's difficult to sometimes get everything in motion to get a package out. So thanks so much for supporting the show. And like I was saying before we discovered the hidden messages, the show is always designed to let you, the Homestuck fan, know that you're not alone, that there are literally millions of Homestuck fans around the world, and we just happen to be a family of them that has a microphone and a platform, so we like to sit and talk once a week. We're glad you enjoy the show. We hope you enjoy it for as many episodes as we can put out. Come on, did you ever think we'd make it to episode 35?
35.
With enough to talk about?
I used to never want to do an episode 1. I would never even do this. And
now you're like, welcome to 91 Reasons, hosting the show.
Well, you've got your own opener.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All we do when we watch YouTubers is just make fun of their openers, because they do the same ones every time.
Yeah, no, you've got an opener.
You've got one now.
Oh, God.
And they can't see you doing it. Usually your hands are going a mile a minute. So, that's great. So we've got tab, we've got drawings, we've got fans. We had a little bit of news today. Now, the video game that came out that caused Hussey to emerge, you didn't play it. Do you have
I have not played it yet.
Any plans on buying it?
Yeah, as soon as I can. It's $10 and it's on Steam, so I'll have the money soon.
So how many hats do you have to sell?
I could probably sell about 2 or 3 of my hats, so I'll probably end up doing that.
I have money, and there's a major Team Fortress update coming this week, so I might just get a $20 card and spend 10 on the game and 10 for fun on the game.
Yeah, well, you've been talking about this Team Fortress update for days. The invasion is coming.
The invasion. Aliens are being teased for a year and a half now. It's coming tonight or tomorrow.
Now, you have ways of people contacting you on these games, right? That's how we...
Yeah.
Steam, I'm Become Imp.
Goot my flies.
Tumblr, I'm Become Imp for Homestuck. Become Luna for regular.
I'm Goot my flies on Steam and Skype, and I'm always online.
Mm-hmm. But you're Goot my flies 24 on Reddit.
Yeah, because it was taken.
Goot my flies.
Pretty sure it was me in the past who messed up an account. If Goot my flies is taken, it's always another account I made a year ago. Now,
well, you've caused the timeline to shift. You've got to go back in time, Austin, and stop yourself from taking Become Imp. Goot my fries. Whatever the hell it is.
I used to be on gigaplus.com as Andrew Hussey until it got terrible in Steam Universe.
The problem I'm having with the virtual hat market is I have items that I want to sell, like, okay, I should sell this and buy Undertale, but the hats are rising in price insanely, so when do I sell them?
I actually got a message sent to me on Tumblr saying, oh my god, are you the 91 Reasons guy? I love your show. That wasn't sent to my blog. That was sent to the Hussey Twitter blog.
By someone you've seen at cons.
Someone's paying really close attention.
Right? Or
no, you're thinking of Page Jake English. Page Jake English is the guy who dresses as Jake and does vines. He does it with the bro and the Jane, too. They do videos together. He actually contacted me on Tumblr, too, saying he didn't come from 91 Reasons, though. He came from the Steam Workshop, where I made a Left 4 Dead mod based off the Salt and Pepper Diner comedy routine.
Oh, my God.
If you want it, just go on. It's on the Homestuck tag, because I mentioned Homestuck in the description. It switches every song on the randomized jukebox to What's New Pussycat.
Oh, Tom Jones.
Yeah, except very rarely you'll get the bonus song, which in the real game is a Portal cameo song. In my mod, it's not unusual.
Isn't that
it is unusual. What's the music?
Do you think the Jake knows that you took a selfie with them at Anime Expo? They know?
We're mutuals on Tumblr now, so it's all good.
Oh.
Have you been called a clown lord anytime lately?
Hussey hasn't been on to Verando in a while.
So my task for you is to bombard him from every social media account with the same exact question. So he thinks it's either a bunch of people in league or one guy.
Where the Homestuck at?
Oh god, not Octopimp.
Octopimp.
Octopimp made
We didn't even mention that. Octopimp put up a video saying, sorry guys, I know you're sticking around my channel, but I am done making Homestuck videos.
Forever.
He hasn't made a Homestuck video in 2 years.
Yeah, but now he's done with that.
Now he's done with that.
He's letting you know he's not making
any sense, though.
If you were holding out,
it was
give up
almost
hope.
as long a break from making Homestuck than he was actually making the videos for.
He made the videos for about a year and a half.
A year and a half to 2 years.
And then he took 2 years off to give the announcements.
We saw a guy at Disneyland tonight with a Tobuscus shirt on.
No, that's just old YouTuber. No.
He's died out too.
How come there's no Andrew Hussey YouTube hero figure at Target?
Oh, God. Would you really sell out that badly?
Where was Bowman? His New Adventures of the... What band is it?
The White Stripes.
The White Stripes. The New Adventures of the White Stripes. That is great YouTube content.
He doesn't do the improv anymore. He sticks to music again.
He's got into music. He'll go back to it now that he released a new album.
Yeah.
He goes back and forth. He's in L.A. now. He's away from his improv group, so it wouldn't be with his old friends. They're all in Texas.
Oh, okay.
He's in L.A. now. He says, if you guys are going to any cons, message me and I'll meet you there.
I should tell him.
You should tell him about Kamikaze soon.
I don't know what to say.
Just tell him, hey, are you going to Kamikaze? It's in L.A. It's at the beginning of November.
Okay.
You should tell him about 91 ReesCon and that it's happening here at our house and he'll show up. We go, it's a con. It's 91 ReesCon. No? Lineup's outside. It doesn't start till tomorrow. We'll see you. No? All right, so that's it for this week, right? You went through news,
that is
updates.
All for this week in Valve News Network. Not News Network, Valve Time News.
Oh, God.
News updates. You drank Tab. We opened listener mail. I mean, that's everything, right?
Yeah.
Once again, I would like to point out that Valve Time is another one of those things where they open the show every time with the exact same message.
Welcome to Valve Time Network for
it's
our
time
weekly roundup.
It's time to gather the greatest news from Valve and the community.
What is up, guys? This is Musoke. I got something slammer figure.
Yeah, I know. They're all in the same exact. Okay.
All right, well, let's wrap it up.
Yep.
Thank you to Samantha for listening. Thank you to John for the tab. Thank you to Andrew for Homestuck itself and for providing all this amazing content. Yeah, I don't know.
Where's book 3? There's been a new Homestuck book in almost 2 years.
What if he just sells it to Disney like they're buying everything else?
Book 4, sorry.
They just sell it to Disney.
There might be more content that way.
Okay, so thank you for everything. You can support us on Patreon, patreon.com, patreon.com. Look up 91 Reasons. Or just go on iTunes and leave us a review. A 5-star review helps us in search listings. If you see 91 Reasons anywhere on any podcast platform, listen, share, let your friends know about it. Go on social media and talk about 91 Reasons. Why not, right?
Why not?
Why not? That's exactly why not. Thanks for listening and for tuning in. I am the voice, Jeff Tucker from 91 Reasons, joined as always by our resident Homestuck experts,
Austin,
Luna,
and we are a 16-ounce can of Tab wrapped in one of those coolie cups, you know, those coolie things that you put around your can, and if you look at it very carefully... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Let me go back. We're a 12-ounce can of Tab with one of those foam coolies around it. You know what I'm talking about? That keeps it cold?
Yeah.
And if you look real close at that coolie, what does it say?
91 Reasons.
Thanks for listening. By Gramthar's Hammer. We'll be back with another episode. Live long and prosper. May the force be with you. So say we all. Hey, hey, hey.